All right, there we go. So we've got an even flow of water, and we will see how it goes down. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am back in Floating Sandbox, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about this ship. This is the SS United States, and in about a year, it's going to be sitting on the bottom of the ocean. Now today it is sitting in a brand new port. It's in Mobile, Alabama, and it's getting cleaned out to be sunk as an artificial reef. But before that, it sat in Philadelphia for 30 years as the Conservancy, called the SS United States Conservancy, tried to raise funds to get some people interested in purchasing the ship and turning it into a museum. Now, obviously, that all fell through, and with some changes at the dock in Philadelphia and some lawsuits, the ship had to move, and Okaloosa County took the opportunity to purchase the ship and turn it into an artificial reef. There's a lot more to that, but that's the general overview of what's going on. Now, there is a lawsuit that just started, and there's currently a coalition to save the ship. I'm not exactly sure how well that's going to work out. We'll have to see with time. But for me, this is sort of a tragedy. Obviously, you know, ships and ocean liner history is kind of deeply rooted in not only this channel, but myself as well. So yeah, now to see it in peril like that, it is pretty sad. But some people are actually pretty happy this is happening. This is going to be the world's largest artificial reef, and there's a lot of divers that are interested in going on this ship underwater. Now, there is some hope if the ship does get sunk, for those that are interested in history and whatnot. There is a rendering currently out of the land-based museum they're planning to basically build with parts of the ship. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the ship right here. And what we're going to do is we are going to simulate how they're going to scuttle the ship. And they have stated they're not going to use explosives. They're rather going to use valves that are in the bottom of the ship. They're going to open them up, and they're going to let the water flood in naturally that way. So, yeah, once again, no explosives, simply just cutting holes in the side of the ship and also using pumps in the bottom of the ship. The funnels will also have to go. The way they're going to sink the ship is they want it to be accessible by divers, and at least divers that don't need special requirements to go further down into the ship. So if they're going to sink it, that means that the funnels need to come off so at least divers can get to the superstructure portion. And, well, we're going to go ahead and cut the funnels off. So here we go. Now, once again, the land-based museum they're planning will hopefully save these. There we go. Just get rid of that. And there it is. The mast will probably also go, so we'll just go ahead and take that off. And there it is. Now, to make this more accurate to what the proposed plan is, I'm going to raise the seabed a little bit here so we can get the right height to where it's actually going to be sunk. So, there we go. So, the next thing we're going to take off the ship here is the bridge, and hopefully that will go to the land-based museum. So, we'll just simply cut this off here. So, we're basically just going to let it fall into the ocean. And there it goes. So there we are. Let's just go ahead and move all this out of the way and make everything bare for when we actually sink the ship. So now we've got something like this. The front half is gone on the superstructure, and the funnels are gone, and I think this thing is about ready to be scuttled. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting some holes in the side of the ship, just like this, and this will allow for water to enter the ship and sink it. So we'll just put a couple around pretty much all over on different levels. Let's go ahead and start opening up some of the pumps in the bottom of the ship, and we'll start the sinking. So we're going to try to get it as level as possible, because when you're scuttling a ship, you want it to land upright. You don't want it to go down by the front or the back or roll over, so you want to do it evenly across the ship. All right, here we go. So we'll start with the front. Move towards the back, go back to the front. Oh, wow. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have to open up some more holes in the back of the ship because it's flooding in pretty fast there. All right, there we go. So it's going down. We'll open up one back here. And the process should begin. So with the bottom of the ship filling up, it's starting to sink pretty evenly here. And yep, it's going down. The holes in the front and the back of the ship in the actual hull are letting in so much water that it's just naturally going down. And there it goes. The SS United States is now becoming an artificial reef. And, oh, it looks like it's dropping by the stern. That's not what we want, but we can't really control it now. And there it is. So that is probably what's going to happen. We're probably going to see the ship sink like that. It's not going to do anything like Titanic-wise where it goes down by the front and the stern comes way out of the air. That's just not safe. That's not how they scuttle ships. This is more of the way where it's going to go down pretty much even. Maybe right at the end, the ship is going to angle in some way, but not too much because the water is distributed across the hull and not really in the front, you know, like, again, the Titanic or, you know, Britannic or one of those ships that sank like that. And then the process of becoming a reef, you know, really begins. The sea life will start taking over, and we'll see how that process goes. I've heard some concerns, mostly online, about the different metals and how they're going to decay and, you know, if that's safe. So, you know, those are things I'm not equipped to talk about. But, yeah, you can read up on those and what people are talking about. So I'm going again, but this time I'm going to use explosive charges to open up holes in the bottom of the ship and sink it. So we'll find out if it's going to be a little more unstable doing it that way or not. Alright, there we go. So we've got an even flow of water, and we will see how it goes down. Oh, definitely by the bow here first. So certainly not what we wanted exactly, but maybe it'll even out as it goes down. Yep, there it goes. Yeah, that is not what we want right there, but this could happen depending on, you know, the way the water flows through the ship if it does get scuttled. And something like that where the bow hits the bottom first could be problematic for this ship. So here's a different ship, but by the same line, and actually considered the sister ship of the SS United States. This is the SS America, and in the 90s it ran aground and eventually broke apart. So while we're here and talking about the history of the SS United States and the future of it, let's go ahead and, you know, recreate the ship's fate by building some land here and then putting the ship basically right here on the land, just like this. Perfect. Then go to the options settings, change the wind up a little bit, and then push the rot accelerator up quite a bit, and then we can simulate what happened to the actual ship. Uh-oh, it's starting to make some noises. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to break apart. Obviously, this is sort of an accelerated simulation, but, yeah. It's pretty sad what happened to the SS America as well. It also, like, broke in half, too, so we'll simulate that. Oh, gosh, that didn't happen. Well, I guess that's the best we're gonna get in Floating Sandbox there, but, yeah, now the ship's just kind of completely corroding away. So then, as we watch this disintegration process take place, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I will see you all next time, guys. Goodbye.